Y'all, it's been a while since I made a video, so just trying to get back into the swing of things. And if you've been following along, you know I've had a lot of issues with this car not hooking and spinning and things like that. And I've known for a long time that I probably needed to get this done, but through having Ace Performance tune my car and getting involved with a bunch of other people who are actually fast with these cars, I started to learn there were some parts out there that I really need. So, and we pulled the trigger. Hell yeah. So we've got the car jacked up on the old jack stand life. You know about that life? Hell yeah, comment below. But over here, we've got the Ace Performance 15-inch kit. Comes with everything you need. And then the biggest thing about this kit are these AFCOs. These AFCOs are actually specifically valved and everything else for the G8. And the only one that can get a hold of these is Adam Cooper. So this is the whole kit. This is all the bars. We're still waiting on spacers that'll go on top of these. That way I don't have to adjust these springs so much. I actually space it down. I don't have to adjust those up so much. I can get the preload right on those. So, and then also we've got these some nice forge welds. I didn't do bead locks. Not about that life yet. And who knows? I might regret it, but we're going to a 15. And then we've got everything to do the V6 conversion for the brackets. Obviously, we've got this caliper here. The only thing we're gonna use is the actual bracket off of the caliper. And then we're just gonna put those brackets on the brakes already existing on the car. And then we've also got some new rotors under here on these. Yeah, there we go. So obviously these are smaller for a V6. That's for a V6. We're only using the brackets. We're gonna get everything put on the car. Now this is kind of a basic install. We can kind of go under the car and show you everything. I'm gonna need other bolts for the AFCOs. And then I think I'm gonna need other bolts for the sway bar connectors as well. So we might have to run to the store, go get some of those, but we'll hop under the car. I'll show you what I'm working with now. Everything that's on this car, the car's been the best of a 9.5 and 149 miles per hour on a 17, on a 28, 345 diff, and then we'll go underneath and show you what I'm working with. So sliding under the car here, you can kind of see we've got the Petters Extremes, we've got the BMR LCAs, nothing else. Stock axles, everything else is stock under here. Still got the stock sway bar. Like I said, 345 diff, turbo 400 car. And yeah, we're gonna get this out of here. So like I said, a lot of this stuff is just taking it out, putting in the new things. So obviously we're replacing this bar, and then we're replacing both of these bars. And then our plate will go, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a plate up there where the coilover is actually there. That's all gonna come out. We'll put the plates up there, and then it should be good to go. But I'm excited. This is gonna be a fun thing. Hopefully this car hooks. And I am not out spinning at the 60, spinning at the 300, and just like last year, the end of the year, I was actually spinning at the 8th. So the tires might have been gone, that might have been half the issue, but I was running on a set of Hoosiers that already had some time on them, the same ones that are on the car. Something just, wasn't right, wasn't able to hook. I've only been on a max of 19 PSI at the track. Like I said, it's been 950. So hoping to be able to turn the car up this year. Hopefully it'll take it. Hopefully them stock axles will last for us, because that's probably the next thing, and possibly the rear end. But there's always other parts to buy. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in my back of my mind, I know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna get these wheels off. See what we can do to get that done, and start working on these brakes. I'm excited to do this. It's been a long time in the making, and super excited to see how the car works. I know there's going to be a lot of setup involved, and honestly can't wait to just get out there and start doing it. So we're going to get after it. All right, so skipped ahead here. Got the bracket off there. Got the bracket on our G8 brake that's been ground down from before when I was running a 16. And now we're gonna throw this 15 on and see what kind of clearance we have with our stock brakes and V6 caliper bracket. Now, obviously, I've still got all the other bars on the car, but show you guys this real quick before we turn into the rest. It's hitting that bottom bar a little bit. I'll show you. Jump on the creeper real quick here and show you guys. So, I don't know if you can see that, but our brake is clearing, and what everybody will tell you is that this little bleeder screw, basically, I don't know if you guys can see that. You gotta kind of grind that down a little bit. Otherwise, everything else looks like it fits. Let me swap the camera around here so you guys can see. But yeah, looks like everything clears pretty good with that bracket on there. But if you were wondering what I was saying, it's because this bar, this lower bar is hitting the wheel, so it's not allowing it to go on all the way. But we do have clearance, so that checks out. Hell yeah. These sway bar nuts are kind of a pain because you gotta use an Allen in the end of them, and then with them being rusted, it makes for a good time without stripping the Allen, hopefully. Because I don't have any star wrenches here, and I'm too lazy to go, well, star sockets, and I'm too lazy to go get one. So I'm just doing it by hand with this metric Allen key set. And it looks like it worked for that one at least. Sometimes you don't get so lucky. Do that one. I'll go over and do the other side. Alright, so got those done. Obviously these can both come out. There's no flat spot or anything on these. So on the other side it actually stripped this Allen, or star you should say. So I just had to grab it with a pair of channel locks, get it out. But we're gonna remove this top plate so we can bring everything else down. But I just wanted to get that done before I try to drop this, so I can just drop it all out at once. Yeah, those are just 15s, like a bunch of other stuff on this car. So I'll just use this to get the other two on this side, and then I gotta actually go up from over here and get these ones. Last one. All right, skipped ahead. Just had to knock all these bolts out real quick. But the problem is I got all this weight on here. So I just need to get this coilover out of the way. And that'd be good. Get it to come out. There we go. Alright, so that coilover can come out. Backside over here. And then get this washer in the right orientation where you can pop this out. Bring that out. So we got those bars out, got the coilovers out. Now we just have to replace that bar, that back bar. Obviously we'll probably put this bar in first, but it might be easier just to do those right now. But I don't really want it to drop down at all, so yeah, something like that. All right, pause. Got my damn energy drink. Who would have thought? I got enough bolts at home to last a lifetime, but I needed two that I didn't have. But I had everything else brand new. But who would have thought I would have had to end up at Ace Hardware to go get some bolts. But yeah, getting there. I just got to do the get these bolts, got a couple other things to do, and it'll be done. All right, y'all. Kind of look like I got my ass kicked because I did. So what I did was I kind of stopped recording and I just got to work. So I figured I'd show you all a few things. I got the one side done, and then before I button up the other side, I'm gonna show you probably the most important part. And thank you to a couple G8 homies out there that pointed it out to me. So we're gonna go underneath. We're gonna look at the one side. Don't mind me, I got grinding dust and everything underneath me. So on my face, whatever. Let's go look. All right, so we got the one side completed. Kind of see how everything's supposed to look. Obviously up there, you can see that it's countersunk up into the body of the car. So you kind of see here. Also had to grind the castings off the bottom of this. Also have to take that bleeder down a little bit, grind it down. Also, look up here, this right here where the brake goes through, you got to grind down the top of that. At least for my wheels I had to. And then other than that, I think everything else was pretty good. But I'm going to show you on the other side because you got to cut out the bottom of the car, basically where that needs to go in. So I'll show you guys. We'll get over there. All right, so I got the whole other side tore apart, and don't mind this. I do have spacers that are coming in as well that are probably going to go up here anyways, but for now I got impatient. I'm just installing it, so I got everything done, and I can always come back and put the spacers back in because it's not too hard. But yeah, you see that big hole where that's sitting up there? I'll show you guys right now. Still, this plate needs to sit up in there like that, and obviously you can see it won't go in there, so I just put it up there and then made a couple marks on each side. I got one here, and then yeah, I got one here as well. So what I do is I just make angle cuts, and then I just instead of cutting the piece out, I just use a hammer and beat it in. That way it's still all kind of there. So I'll show you when I'm done before I put the plate in. So now we're good. All right, so I just knocked the paint down a little bit, see if it'll fit better. Okay, way better. All right, so you can see it's kind of how it's finished up in there. This thing's just ready to go back together. I'm gonna start putting all the other stuff back on, and then you can see when the shock's actually over this way, you've got that other adjuster. Just make sure you have that clocked. Oh, if I can get over here to see it. Damn streetcar's got a bunch, too much dirt on this damn thing. You can see the adjuster just right up here. So make sure you can still reach up, be able to get that. Don't make sure it's not facing up when you do this. So hell yeah. Here's another thing you want to make sure you're doing is when you take these off, you want to make sure that these are the same length. So obviously this one, just line up the holes and adjust it to where it's the same length, and then make sure your adjusters underneath you marked where those were at when you took the car apart. But yeah, just make sure that this matches this one, and this obviously matches this one for the length. Otherwise your car is probably going to drive like shit. But until you can get an alignment, that's the closest way to do it once you get it just on the street. But I'm gonna put all this stuff back together, get it on the car, and get it to where you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Just grab a bolt, like any bolt that you have, that's the same size as what you're using. We'll just say like this guy. That's gonna go all the way down there. Yeah. So get that in there, make sure it's lined up with one side, and then make sure you just undo one side, and then I'm pretty sure these are reverse threads, so that one's lined up with that one. This one just needs to go a little bit farther in to match up. That's center, and that one's center. And then when you're done with that, just make sure you tighten up both these sides, obviously with a wrench when you're under the car, but that should be an easier way to get it set to where it should be. And then the same with this one. Don't mind my rusty car, but everything's all in. Everything's all over there. Just got to figure out the sway bar, and then, like I said, get those spacers put up. All right, so it's been a minute since I recorded last. It got dark. I lowered it down, and it wasn't quite enough. I'm probably still gonna have to pull my fenders and stuff like that. So, but I'm gonna show you guys kind of what it looks like. I had to order spacers from Ace Performance, being on the bigger tire. A lot of people go T75, but I'm not sure what my tire difference is right now because I'm running the Hoosier, and I can show you guys. Obviously, you've already seen it, but 28 going on this thing. I look a lot bigger off the car. So funny. But yeah, going on here, and we'll kind of see. I had to add these spacers, so the work we kind of did was all for nothing. So the spacers, got all that on. You got the sway bar links put on. Still need to adjust those. I'll still have to do an alignment. Obviously all these bars on. But yeah, both sides are all completed, and the springs are up quite a ways. But I am really hoping that at least gives me a little bit of room. I can probably throw a picture up of what it looked like before. Just needing a little bit of room. If I've got to pull the fenders, whatever, doesn't matter. But I just want to get it to where it's not gonna rub, and it was basically sitting on the tire last time that I let the car down. So I'm gonna bolt the wheels up, and we'll see what happens when I drop it down. But we might have to go to a stiffer spring, might not. My car's kind of heavy. I am running the PPV front suspension on this car, so it's another inch or two higher than what a stock G8 strut would be. So I don't know, maybe that's putting more weight on the rear. I don't know. I'm not a suspension guy. I'm just talking to the guys to help me hook and break some axles. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's let the car down and we'll see what happens. Also, I've been on the road, and I just got back from Phoenix yesterday where it was 87. I came back here to rain and 40 last night, and then woke up to like 35 and snow. Pretty sick. Gotta love the Northwest. This car's gonna need some studs, but I just didn't do it this time. I might put some on before the race. It's just kind of a pain to do, but it's kind of something you need to do as well. These things have been used so many times that I really don't know how much life's really left in them, how much they've stretched, elongated to make them weaker after torquing them down so many times. I don't really want to find out, but I guess we will. Like I said, I'm gonna get online, see how much they are, see if I can get them. I might be doing those before I go. I'm just gonna snug these up because I have to go get a 12-point, and I don't want to ruin these things. rip them, whatever. And another thing, when I got these wheels, I got one cap, and then when I got the other wheel, I didn't get another cap, so I'm just running my old one. Got a janky. Let's see what we're looking at. Feels like it's just as low as it was before, but I don't know. We might be able to work with that. Kind of show you guys, I've got just enough to get my fingers in there. I might have to do something here and to that lip right there, get that to go in. I just don't know how much these are gonna compress. So that's what we're looking with right now. That side. I'll go over to the other side. Kind of look what we got going on here. Same deal, maybe a little higher on this side. But I'm probably gonna have to take care of this lip right here, pull that in, and maybe pull the fender out a little bit. But I'll give it a little bounce check, see what happens. You guys will be seeing it before I do. All right, so we've got everything on there. I'll show you guys what it looks like down below and kind of where I got them set at, hoping it doesn't rub. I'm gonna take this thing for a little drive just to see what it does. I think it's gonna rub, but I'll show you guys where they're at right now. We got a little bit of adjustment, so we'll see what happens. So we're gonna see exactly what it does on this drive. So stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna get a little cold start out of the way. Don't mind this mess when we do an oil change. It'll be a cold start. It hasn't started in like 3 weeks. 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. Bumpy like that. Holy cow. I have to check and see if it's actually rubbing. I can't really hear it because of the exhaust, but yeah, we're gonna have to check it out for sure. I'm gonna attempt to hold the phone and maybe make a little small hit. I don't know, we'll see. It's only gonna be on gate, which is like 10 pounds, so we'll see what I can do. Just kind of went sideways a little bit. And go back to the house, see if we can see if it rubbed on that one. Kind of looked like it might be a little bit, so we're gonna have to work on these fenders. Didn't cut the tire. I was really worried about the side up here, but I don't know. I can't really, it kind of looks like it's rubbing, but I can't really tell, like, at all. So, yeah. All right, y'all. So, it's the next day, and if y'all were watching, just like I was experiencing in real time, I'm looking at this, I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. There's no way this is the way it's supposed to be, and, I mean, we're all right. So, what I did was, I got under the car, to figure out what the spring rate was, because there was no way. There's just no way. So got under there. Turns out they were 150s. So I got a hold of Adam at Ace. He apologized, was extremely supportive. So he's going to send out, I don't know if he's next day errand, but he's going to expedite ship me some springs, and hopefully those get here right away. But as y'all know, I'm trying to make race wars. If you're local to me, y'all know that if we don't make it, we don't make it. But it's not like we didn't put in the effort. Everything that I did in the video will apply if you buy this kit. As far as I know, these are the only AFCOs that you can get that are specifically valved for the G8. With all the experience and testing and everything they've done, these guys have done the best of like a 1.260. I could be wrong. Maybe they could be better than that. But yeah, I can't wait for these springs to come in. I'll kind of show you what it looks like now after the car settled. So you can kind of look. Right now, I can't even put my fingers in there after it's settled. So yeah, all we can do is wait for those springs to come in. I can't thank y'all enough. I know we've had a lot of new subscribers subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to get out here in the garage, do some work, do some videos, and just help y'all as much as I can. I know a lot of you guys reach out to me through Messenger for questions on everything that I've done with this car. But yeah, I appreciate y'all a lot. And like I said, it motivates me a lot. So hopefully y'all stick around and keep supporting the channel, and we're gonna keep doing this thing. But yeah, racing season's here, and I can't thank everybody that's helped me get this far. And we'll wait for those springs to get here and hopefully do some testing, get an alignment, and maybe we make it, maybe we don't. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, y'all. Peace.